Perfect. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, say the 25th? I think so. Well, in previous episodes, we figured out that the blower accelerator housing was junk. So probably could weld it up some, but we're just gonna switch it out. But here we go, I got it out. So we were struggling. All I had to do was turn it, and it is out. So I'll finish up dropping it all the way out, and then we'll look at that and then start diving in to see what the other one needs to get this back together. We're stuck in there. Yeah, let's check this out. Whew. So, here's a paddle. It destroyed it. If I flip it over, you'll see that the other side is completely missing it. I guess I can pop this off now that it's out. If it lets me take it off. Usually that should pop off by itself pretty easily. There we go. So there's a bent paddle. Yep. It started destroying itself. Let me put my hands in there. Pull this one out. Try not to. So there it is. That probably started cracking itself, or it cracked itself once that piece of metal went through, and that's why it vibrated when I revved it all the way up, and then it just broke itself off. So I can replace just that shaft, but clearly all that paddle is junk. This housing is pretty well junk. Which, yeah, see all the dents and everything from where it came around and rubbed itself. So look at the bend of that. It destroyed itself pretty quickly there. Oh, so now that I know how to take that other one out, should be easy to take it out and swap it. We're gonna look at what the blower paddles look like. These were new this spring, so that's just part of it. And then see how those look. The bearings and the front cover shield. Probably make sure that shield's good. That covers the back side of here. We already looked at the rotate was good, but yeah, all part of it. Bit the bullet. Just ordered parts for that other one since this one's destroyed. I'll get that other one out at some point, but I got the bearings, the blower paddles, yeah, all of that stuff. New shear bar, a backup belt, which they're giving these away at $670 a piece. The KP belt on this side. I have two that go on that side, I know that. What else did I get? Some bolts, some grease fittings, seals. I didn't end up getting this yet, this switch, because I want to test it and I want to make sure it's actually bad, because they're giving that away at $540. So $3 grand later, I got parts coming. Yeah, even if I had stopped, so we knew there was a shake. but that was already cracked. That has to be why it started shaking. Things were out of whack, or it was bent. So I'd have to buy that. I'd have to buy that shaft. The only thing it's really saving me is the housing, because I got new bushings and everything else coming in the other one. So if I had stopped, I would have saved the housing, but I would have been down. So we'll switch housings, put the new paddles on. We got the new ring gear on the other one. Yeah, all part of it. So that's gonna do it with this for now. I gotta clean up my mess at some point. Oh, I got like fuel. I got fuel filters. I got new bearings for both that idler bearing that we did and the fan bearing that I had switched out. So, you know what I forgot? The spout pieces, the pin and things like that. I'll have to look. We'll have to order that. Once I figure out the switch, I'll order that. The spout can sit up there. We got to do hydraulic lines, and I got to charge the AC. And then we'll be ready for corn. Fix the lights. But I guess I'll dive into the 7520. I got a boatload of parts for that. The belts, things like that, and we'll get that all figured out. Get the hood on, get it moving, get it out of there, get the wheels on, put the blade on. Then I'll at least have one thing ready for corn. That'll be my only thing ready for corn. So yeah, got a boatload of parts from Green Parts Store. Same with Abilene Machine, fuel lines, stuff like that. So I guess we'll dive into that. The next few days, it's mostly just gonna be wrenching, so it's part of the channel. This still needs some love, but it's on the back burner. Not a priority right now. That, everything for corn is a priority because I feel like it's gonna come way faster than I'm ready. So, AC belts on. So how that works is, I guess all the pieces are up here. You got this coupler and you got two sides of it, and it couples the front hydraulic pump together, and then you can take that off, slip your belts on. So that belt is on. We got to tighten this. We got to switch this bracket to the other style one came with it. We got to switch this manifold because, well, I stripped that out. But I did take the fan belts off. With that being said, here's the old fan belts, here's new ones. So I figured as long as I was there, we're gonna switch the fan belts because they do got some cracking. We'll throw these on the shelf for a set of spare in the future. Label them. We'll slip these back over, and how it goes in, you got to slip it around the fan, get it on the inside, and then you just drop everything down. It goes on those two pulleys up there around the alternator. Not that bad. So, expansion valve, yep, switching that out, switching everything so I don't have issues. So that goes right up in there, and then comes down and goes to there. Got a dryer. We'll climb up here, and here we go. So I do believe that I'm gonna have to replace these fans. This one spins a little bit. This one is locked right up. So this is the most I've ever dove into getting the AC going, but changing fans out, that won't be too bad. So the dryer goes right over here. So we got that out. And then that's not that old of a dryer. We got the new one. So the flow goes a specific way. Gotta make sure we're going the right way, otherwise that would be awkward. This one doesn't have a flow on it, does it? I guess I'll have to look back through it, see which way it comes in. Put this in. From there, I believe I got this gasket stuff, since that goes around and seals everything up so that it pulls air through. From there, we can put a vacuum on this, since I did get the pump all, or the compressor all done up. Put a vacuum on it, see if there's any leaks. If there is leaks, we'll put some dye in the system. We got to charge it and see where the leaks are, so I can order 2 fans. I didn't even think about that. I think this one's good. I can turn them on once I get everything done and flip the fans on, see what goes on. Go. Got all the lines on, so I did go and get this. Oh, I guess I gotta tighten that some more. Finish up tightening that. So that line, if you remember, or cable I guess, was junk. It was all, the casing was gone. I did add a kill switch on the neutral side, so I got to build a little mount bracket, I think, right here. We're gonna move some things around and we'll get it jammed in there. This can go down there more, and there we go. Something like that. Maybe we'll build it right there. Put a little plate of steel and so neutral side. We're good there. What else we do? I did get an inline fuse because somebody did point that out. That my cable here that goes to growing flowers in here. Have to do that when we take these batteries out. So somebody did say that my LED lights, which go up in the cab and have a relay and a breaker, this is the supply to it. They said you should really have a fuse up front. Good call. Didn't think about it. So I think we got a 50 amp fuse now. Yep, big 50 inline. Will sit in here. Good call. Yep. Ideally, solder and heat shrink, but I cannot solder to save my life, so. Butt connectors with heat shrink on them. That'll do. And I would have put an end on this end instead of a butt connector, but I don't have any more of these and I didn't realize it. And maybe if I come across some heat shrink ones, then we'll go and do that. Oh. This will work. Okay, well that's done at least. Still got to get a battery. I'm gonna get both batteries, but yeah, the battery's not junk, but the top is. So, alrighty, put these back over here. Yeah, that one top's junk. I'm just putting them on so we can see that it actually does something. Wow, that is really way too big. How did I end up like that? Yep, that's just what we're going to work with for now. Not sure how I had it before, but definitely wasn't that way. I'm just putting it on there just to be on there. I'll get at the right end. But we're just gonna check that the fans actually spin. I don't think the one's gonna spin. I really don't think the one's gonna spin, so we'll find out. So in the cab here, you got your AC, you got your blowers. Yeah, one's spinning, one's not. So we got one junk motor. We'll have to look. Maybe we'll switch both of them out. I figured it wasn't gonna spin. Look at that. So usually you got your vent panels. This is where my... Here, I'll stop this for a second. So, let me climb in here. Usually you got your vent panels up here. Yeah, there's a panel here and there's a panel here. So we'll get those in once we finish up. But these are set up that those wires hanging on either side are for light bars on the side to match the front and back. Haven't got around to that, but it's all wired. You got to throw a relay in and then we'll be good. So that's all wired up into here. That's what that is. But like the wiper works, and then you got your AC if you turn it all the way, and heater if you turn it all the way. So I guess we'll put a vacuum on that and I can finish up messing around. And we'll see if it holds vacuum. If not, then we gotta go and figure out what's up with it. But yeah, I got another sheet of this that goes up on the roof here. We did have to weld a hole there, and I've always wondered why it has drips right here. I'm trying to figure out where the bolt holes are. They gotta be in there. So there's gotta be bolt holes underneath here that hold that cover on, and a few of them didn't seal up very well, and I think that's where the rain drips in. Yeah, so that's in line with right here. So there's bolt holes there, so we'll have to seal those. Yeah, because those bolts hold that. So alrighty, let's go see if we can remember how to be a AC tech. Hear that noise? Yeah, little vacuum pump action here. So we're putting a vacuum on the system. The idea is the gauges are drawing a vacuum here. So when probably gonna let it run for an hour and a half, and then I'll close these gauges up, shut the vacuum pump off, and then you see if it leaks back down to 0 or if it holds a vacuum. And then at that point, either if it leaks down, you find where you got a leak, or if it doesn't leak down, you can charge the system. So I'm gonna leave the roof off. Blower fans from Abilene are 80 bucks a piece, so I'm gonna order 2 of those. Yeah, and that should hopefully get my AC where I need it to be. So it's way nicer when it's cold in this cab, or cold in general. I've never had it cold in the cab, so it'll be like a game changer. And it won't be cold, it will be more bearable in the hot heat. But slowly gaining. I wanted to get the hood on. I got 2 connections I got to figure out where they go over there. Well, did get the belts on, got the compressor on, switches, or the manifold block with the high pressure, low pressure switch, cutout switch. Put the safety switch on, or the kill switch. Got the roof apart. It's supposed to be nice all weekend, so we're gonna hopefully get some stuff done. I do got the drawbars put on this, which I guess I could do that as long as I'm not jammed into the bushes. Got the fuel lines to put across. Yeah, maybe we'll wait on the drawbar. And my mom's flower, she'll probably not be happy with me. I'll grab that fuel line and I can cut that up, and that just goes from one tank to another. Got the fuel line hose going across good. I think this side has a little leak. We might have to get in there and tighten it. It looks darker on camera, but I think it's slowly been dripping there. Other than some work up top, I'm gonna look at my wiring diagram tonight in the books, see where those wires go. Hey, come here. Barking at people riding by on bikes. It is getting dark, but it's a decent night. So once I figure out which connector those go in, then I'm gonna put the hood on. So tomorrow I got the hood. At that point we can slide the axles in, or the tires in, put the duals on. Yeah, I got the wedge. Still got to do the U-joint underneath. They sent me one. I don't think it's the right one though. The local shop sent me one. It was a cross-reference number, but you know how that goes. I gotta pick up all my stuff that I got out here. I'll let it keep vacuuming for a while longer, and then I'll close the gauges and I'll go home. We'll see tomorrow. Drop a comment below if you think there's gonna be leaks, or if you think I'm good. Yeah, let's see. So we can put the drawbar in. We'll wait on covering up the top. Well, once we know it works, we can put the panels on inside, close everything up. Pretty excited. I'm gonna hook it to the disc, and then we're gonna hook the disc to, well, we got to do a little bit of work on the disc. Hook the disc to the rolling baskets just to see how it looks. That will do it. I appreciate you guys watching along. Quite a bit of wrenching. We're gonna get there. We're gonna make it into corn. Hopefully have a good fall. Got a lot of ground to prep. Got a lot of corn to get done. So appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one.